welcome to Corner Office. I'm Dan Guindon alongside Mayor Arthur Vigeant. Mayor, how are you?
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's finally getting a little hot and muggy, a little more like
warm.
New England.
A lot of activity down at the beach. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Anything to, anything to say about that a little further about the beach? Have people been talking about it?
I kind of jokingly off the cuff said we should do one down there, but I'd probably like to get down there next month and actually do it from there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
There's a lot of activity, even the first few weekends it's been open, and just looking forward to a great summer. We've changed the program a little bit, where residents can get free stickers, and non-residents pay, I believe it's $40. So, just trying to cut down on what we went through the last year or so.
Now, the state has come up with a lot of money for towns to do some road improvements. Marlborough's part of that. How much is Marlborough getting?
Well, every year we get our allotment of Chapter 90 money, which is street and road improvements. We ended up getting about $1.1 million this year that we added to the bonds we approve and do street projects. We've already started on a couple of the small ones. Some of the larger ones will be starting in the next 3 weeks. West Hill Road, Sudbury Street, and Elm Street will be starting in the next 2 to 3 weeks. But they've also announced a 5-year project plan for the state, and we have a couple projects in there. One would be Maple Street, doing from Southborough all the way up to Main Street. Also Route 20 project from Sudbury out to about Concord Road. In addition to that, they're looking at a couple projects on 495. The main one, probably the pivotal one, is Route 90, Mass Pike, and getting people on and off there a little bit better. So we're really excited about getting some of those projects going, and that's kind of a moving plan as things go along, and we get different monies for different things. We'll see how it goes, but we're going to stay on top of it. And very appreciative to Secretary Pollard for coming out here and making that announcement, and very thankful to Governor Baker and Lieutenant Governor Polito for all they've done for us.
Excellent. Now, this is the time of year, too, where preparations are being made for the Labor Day Parade.
Yeah,
you had a press conference recently to announce the Grand Marshal. It's Walter Bonin.
Walter Bonin.
How did he make it this year?
It just, you try to go through the names of the people that it really made a contribution to the community. And I said at the press conference that the advantage I have being around a long time is I recognize the names and the things that some people have done over the years for the long breadth of time, and Walter's been one of those people that been involved for years and years as city councilor and finance chair and president of the council, and been on the license commission, the MEDC, been involved with the Boys Club. So he's been someone that's been involved for a long time, giving back to the community, and I just thought that was an easy decision to make.
Yeah.
So.
What was the phone call like when you called him? What did he say?
With Walter, you never know what to expect. He said no. He said, I don't need recognition for anything I've done. It's been fun doing it, but I appreciate it. And so I called Trish back and said, Trish, we got a little problem. And Walter, while I was on the phone with Trish, Walter called me back, and I guess his wife Joanne said, of course you're doing that. Call him back right now. So that was the end of that. Joanne resolved my problems, and I called Trish and let her know the good news. So, but it's one of those things. Like I said, he doesn't want recognition for what he's been doing, and his daughter was also a city councilor for I believe one term.
Yeah.
She's over in Hudson now, so I'm sure she'll be here that day. And,
yeah.
It's like I said, easy choice to make.
Now, Apex, that received the approval of City Council. So when will we start to see that work?
If you go down there today, you'll see a construction trailer.
Is that right?
So they're sitting there with bulldozers already started, and construction crews sitting in their trucks waiting to go, and they're just waiting for that final approval. So, we just got to make sure that we're protective of the wetlands down there, and also considerate of all the neighbors and not interfering with them. all the wetlands or wildlife that's down there. So we're just, Mr. Walker's just anxious to get forward, move forward, but we got to make sure those last couple things are in place. And between Councilor Clancy and Councilor Delano and Councilor Elder, they've been really staying on top of it to make sure everything's being done properly. So I would think next week you'll see construction, actual things moving down there. Right now it's kind of sitting there waiting to go, but next week you'll probably see some things actually moving.
And for those at home watching right now who haven't been aware of what's going on, can you talk a little bit more about Apex and what they're doing to the city?
This was a phone call I made to see if he'd be interested in coming down and building us a restaurant, bringing a nice restaurant to the city. We looked around, and now we're up to 3-4 restaurants, 2 hotels, a swimming facility, a bowling alley, a rock climbing facility, a trampoline facility. It's just expanded into this huge entertainment project that we're really excited about. It's one of those pieces we're probably missing in the city. We have bits and pieces of it, but to put it all together, I think it's going to be very exciting and be team building for some of the companies, be great for our residents to be using, visitors that come for the different hockey leagues that come into town, and you know, we have an addition going at the New England Sports Center, so it's only going to bring more hockey players to town, and so it's an exciting project. He's got a very tight timeline. He's committed to over 50% of the project already, with people signing on the dotted line. So it's moving pretty quickly. But like I said, just making sure everything's being done right. We just want to, you know, make sure everyone does what they need to do to make sure it's a good project for everybody.
Maybe we could do a couple corner office episodes playing ball, you know, while we're bowling or something like
we'll do something down there once it's started, believe me.
Then GE Healthcare, they just opened their doors. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we've been working with them for about a year and a half now. I was fortunate to you know, talk to them before they made a decision. When one of the companies they had bought, Accelerex, was down on Lock Drive. It's still on Lock Drive. We went down knocking on the door saying, hey, we heard GE bought you, and I just wanted to know what the plans are. You're going to be expanding, you're going to be leaving. And she says, at this point, everything's really up in the air. And it's probably a year later that the CEO and myself took a walk through the HP property, and they decided to stay and expand and bring their entire health care program here. And we're so excited about it. The governor came down, Travis McCready from Mass Life Sciences was here, Secretary Ash was here. It was just a great day to announce a first-class facility that will be here for many years to come, and a company that is state-of-the-art and coming up with new things every day. So we're really excited about the companies we have down in our office park now. It's been a lot of work, but well worth it.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because Marlborough always seems to improve, and then when you're sitting back going, look at this, isn't this great? Here comes more. You know, more businesses coming to town. You got Apex coming in.
No, it's really been good, and you know, I've said it to you and others before, but it makes it easy when everyone's working in the same direction. So as long as we can keep that going, we're not done yet.
Yeah. And then this summer, we've got actually July 7th is the first, the concert on the Common.
We start the summer series off with the Reminiscence, I believe. You know, go each week for the balance of the summer, and looking forward to it this year. We're going to tie in the Thursday night concerts with a small farmers market. Try to bring some produce. We're trying to work out the logistics of it now and where they're going to go, and I'd love to have it all over there, but you know, sometimes it's just not possible. But you know, we're trying to work that in the same time, see how that works out. So.
Do you know actually when they started doing the concerts there? Because we were running a special that showed the 100 years as a city, Marlborough celebration, and they were doing the concerts on the front lawn of the Walker Building. Do you know when they moved down to Union Common?
I don't know. I'm trying to think if I went to any on the front lawn of the the Walker Building. I'm not sure. I've been to concerts that we've had at Ward Park.
Yeah.
I've been up
Stratus.
at Stratus,
Yeah.
up on the hill
Yeah.
for 4th of July with the
Yeah.
fireworks. That
Yeah.
was pretty good. So we're looking to try to mix it up a little bit, and it's a great venue over there. Gets a little tough with parking, and we do have some neighbors around, so we just got to keep that in mind as we do them. But you know, we'd like to get some activity in some of our other parks and family areas. So.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, Mayor, once again, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Well, for Mayor Arthur Vigeant, I'm Dan Guindon. You have been watching Corner Office on WMCT-TV.